Hello everyone, welcome to William in the Magic Box. Today on our show we are going to have Matt. Matt is from England in the UK. So let's see what Matt has to say. Enjoy the interview. So hello Matt, how are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm not too bad. Yeah, had a nice relaxing day. Been a good Friday. Just been chilling and kicking it back at home. Been to the gym and stuff. What about you? You had a good day?
Yeah, it's been a great day. I think you know the feeling of Friday. It feels great.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? You can tell, like, you got a couple of days of relaxation. You don't have to do much. You can just do your own thing for a couple of days.
So tell me so far, what has been the highlight of your week?
Highlight of my week so far. So I would say, actually, so the highlight of my week so far, I've been working on a course for probably about 3 weeks, and I completed the course, and I'm then able to action what is on it and then put out my first product of that, which was a video with a new format, which is designed to try to help people in the best way possible in the shortest amount of time, rather than it being too drawn out. You know what I mean? It's trying to like fine tune what my message is, what I'm trying to say to people. So I'd say that as a highlight. Amazing.
So tell me where you're from, Matt.
I'm from Lancaster, northwest England. So it's like it's a county town of Lancashire. So it's quite a nice city. It's got like a castle and stuff. It's got quite a lot of history here, and I really like it. I lived here until I was 23, and then I moved away for 10 years, and then I moved back again 4 months ago. And in those 10 years that I spent away, something's changed, and since I've come back, I appreciate it so much more than I ever did before. So it's really nice to notice that difference.
But that's the place where you're born and raised.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And why the change? Where did you go for those 10 years, and why the change to go there and now back again, if you can share?
Yeah. I was in the military for 9 years. And I moved away. I lived all up and down England, lived in different locations up and down England. I've spent time living overseas. And then after a while, I decided it was time to come back. And over that time of being away, I've just changed as a person, and I appreciate the simple things in life, like nature and living close to places where I can go and swim, where you can go and see mountains and rivers and things. And I just enjoy that side of life more now.
Wow. And what do you do for work, for living?
At the moment, I'm an assessor. I'm an NVQ assessor for people who operate like plant machinery, like diggers and things like that. But yeah, at the same time, I'm looking to start cultivating medicinal mushrooms for people as well. So those are the two things that I'm doing for money at the moment.
I see. So, of course, we got connected from TikTok. Yeah, that's how our paths crossed.
Yeah.
So let's start the interview talking about your page. Yeah, I was watching some of your videos. I could see you express yourself. What's the idea behind of your videos on TikTok?
I've got into like numerology, and if you look into your different numbers, you've got your life path number and you've got your soul urge number. And your soul urge number is what your soul is urging you towards doing. It's like your heart's desire, what you're supposed to be yearning to do in this lifetime. And mine's the number 33, and with the number 33, you're supposed to like give something back from the experiences that you've had and everything that you've experienced and the wisdom that you've gained from that experience. You're supposed to offer that back to people. So it's about sharing my experiences through life, my experiences through discovering spirituality, how that has changed and reshaped my life for the positive, and being able to try to offer that back to people.
Amazing. Yeah, I was checking your videos, and very inspiring to see some different topics and you express and share your memories as well. Amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Amazing. Matt, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
Absolutely, yeah, definitely.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Full of random fun questions, okay? I'm just gonna play a song now, just first to relax before the first question, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's all right.
Let's do it. Right, so before you start the game, during the join, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Yeah, okay, no worries.
First question for you is, what's your idea of a perfect day?
Perfect day. It's waking up and being able to experience the sunrise, and then going for a dip in some cold water, a lake or a river, and doing some breath work, feeling nice and fresh. And then, yeah, just being out in nature, spending the full day, maybe climbing some mountains, and then having some nice food, being surrounded by nice people, playing a bit of music. And then as the day draws to a close, have a campfire, sit around a fire, have some good conversation, some good deep spiritual chats about life, nothing superficial, some of them really deep conversations, because that's what I'm interested in. And then, yeah, watch the sun set and then watch the stars come out at night time. Just sit there, enjoy it, and take it all in, with surrounded by people that you enjoy being around.
And what's the meaning of life for you?
The meaning of life is that life has meaning, and life has the meaning that you give it. And everything in life has the meaning that you give to it. You can assign meaning to anything that you want. And it's up to you what you want to create.
Amazing. And did you always have this way of approaching life? Like, you know, the way you're very spiritual, you see things in a positive way. You always been this way?
No, absolutely not. I was completely the opposite when I was in my sort of late teens to early 20s. I actually got into a lot of trouble with the law. I came very close to going to prison. And then I joined the military to restart my life and to get away from that and have a fresh start. And I did that. And it's somewhere along that path when I was about 25, 26, 27 that I started to think like this. And then ever since then, it's just become my life.
And when was the moment when you realized that, okay, I need to change my life. I need to go to a different journey. You know, I'm spending too much energy in troubles and I need to change my life completely. How did something happen, or just felt like, okay, let me just turn around things now?
I would be with my old group of friends and I'd just be stood amongst them and I'd be listening to the conversations. I'd be witnessing what was going on around me. And inside me, I just looked around and I thought, this is not me. This is not what I want to do. This is not what I want for my life. And if I carry on like this, 10 years down the line, I'm going to be doing the exact same thing as I am now. And I just couldn't, it didn't sit right with me, and I knew I needed to change something.
I see. Okay. Next question. Let's do it. Next question for you is, what is something you wish you could do every single day?
Something I wish I could do every single day?
Yeah.
At the moment, it would be something as simple as having a cold tub to immerse myself in every morning, getting some ice cold water every single day, because that just sets you up for a day of success, a day of not being irritated by the little things and just feeling so fresh and clear-headed. That it would be that, yeah.
Wow. When you think about yourself, when you analyze yourself, what's the biggest joy of being Matt? What do you like the most about being you?
My freedom of thought, having a free mind and not being limited to the programming, to the limits of society and what everybody else thinks, and just being able to think freely and experience life in my own way, on my own terms.
Amazing. Okay, next question. Let's do it.
Down.
Do you like dancing, Matt?
I'm a little bit. Sometimes I'll do it when I'm when I'm out and I go to certain dance music events, but I normally have to have a little bit of a drink before I can start getting involved with the dancing, to be fair.
All right. Right. So before the next question, as you mentioned about your journey in the military, yeah. So tell me a little bit about the journey. How did the opportunities come along, and tell me a little bit about your journeys over there.
How did the opportunities come along?
Yeah, that you decide to enter the military journey.
I was looking for answers and I was looking for ways to change my life, and the military looked like a good option because it was a challenge and it was difficult but also rewarding. So it took me a year to get in because I kept getting knocked back. I kept getting told no, and then things were going wrong, but I kept persevering. I eventually got in. So that's the opportunity was created by myself. And then what was the second question? Sorry.
Tell me, so how did you, so you had the opportunity to get in, and tell me a little bit about the journey. What did you enjoy the most about being there? What's the life lessons that you've learned in the military being there?
Oh, like resilience and being self-sufficient, definitely, because you've got to be resilient, because when you get told you're going on a plane and you're going to another country at the other side of the world, which is a very dangerous place, and not everybody gets out of there in one piece, it's quite a chilling feeling. And then when you're saying goodbye to your loved ones at the door, it is in the back of the mind that you might not see them again, but you still go anyway. And I think like the sort of resilience you get and the strength that it takes to do that is something that you take with you for the rest of your life. And I've left now for the right reasons, but that kind of resilience of knowing that you can push yourself through a difficult situation even though you don't want to is something that is a life lesson that stays with you for the rest of your life.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Tough question now. If someone gave an envelope with your death date inside of it, would you open it or not, and why?
Yeah, I would open it. I'd open it because I just want to know, and I'm at peace with death. I'm at peace. I'm at complete peace with death. Like, it doesn't scare me. I'm not worried about it. I've got a good idea of what comes out after this life. But yeah, definitely open it, and I'd open it because I could then sort of put a bit more structure in what I want to achieve out of life and what I want to get out of life, and it'd probably give me a bit of a kick up the backside to get things done, to be honest.
I see. And you, in the beginning of the interview, mentioned about your connection with the number 33. Yeah, the number 33. Always been?
No, not always. Over the past sort of 5 years, it's come into my life, and I see the number everywhere. Everywhere I go, I see it on number plates. I see it on the TV. I see it on my phone. I see it on receipts. I see it everywhere. Yeah.
I'm just asking you that because, you know, I'm originally from Brazil, and when I left Brazil when I was 19 years old, a few years ago, I mean, a long time ago, I went to astrologer, yeah? And they told me that my lucky number is 3, could be 13, 33, 23, anything connected with 3, yeah? And I have so many, like, you know, events in my life that the date was, for example, I came to Europe on the 13th of March. I was in Portugal before. I came to London the same day, 13th of March, 4 years after. So I start my current work on the 23rd of January, 2 years ago. So there's a lot of connection with the 3 connections, a lot. And also in your videos you talk a lot about being spiritual. Yeah, so for you, what's the meaning of being spiritual?
That's a good point what you made. I feel like I can connect what you just said in with the meaning of being spiritual, and it's like it's the essence of everything in life. Everything around you is always communicating with you. You're being communicated with from spirit in everything around you, in numbers, in signs, in signals, in conversations that you have with people, in interactions that you have with strangers. You're always being spoken to. It's like an interactive experience as being a human being. And it's finding out that we are a spiritual being having a human journey, and not the other way around. And this place is it's a magic place, and we're very fortunate to be here, to be having this experience. And we need to make the most of it, and we need to recognize what are the things that we want to experience while we're here, and go and do those things, and not keep waiting for tomorrow or waiting for this to happen or waiting for that to happen. Go out and experience it now, because any day could be your last.
Amazing. Matt, ready for another question?
Yeah, ready.
Let's do it. Next one.
Let's do it.
Hey, Matt from England. Next question is, if you could meet yourself when you're 15 years old again, which advice would you give to yourself at the time?
I would probably say, don't worry too much about what happens with school and like your qualifications and things like that. Try hard. It is important, but don't be too downbeaten when it doesn't go the way you want it to go, because it's only just the beginning of your adult life, and you've got so much time to discover what you want to do and to turn everything around. It's by no means the end. If you get not great grades in school, if you mess about, you get kicked out of school and things, and you can't do the job that you thought you wanted to do at the time, because you've got years and years of being an adult and discovering what it is that you actually want to do with your life.
How was for you growing up, back in England, your hometown? How was for you your childhood memories?
My childhood memories was so like the main things I remember is laughter and exploring, and we'd just go out of the house. We had no phones when I grew up, no internet. We'd go out the house at 10 o'clock in the morning and come back at 10 o'clock at night, and just be gone all day, just exploring, like going to all sorts of places, abandoned buildings, industrial estates, climbing trees, like just getting up to no good and just doing everything that kids should be doing, just out there exploring, playing football, playing all that kind of stuff.
And which person in your family you feel more close to, more connected with?
Probably me and my younger brother have probably been like the closest as I grew up. Yeah, my younger brother.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's see that your younger brother is watching this interview right now, and you have a moment, an opportunity to send him a message. What would you say?
I'd say, just keep doing what you're doing. Everybody around you loves and respects you, and don't worry about the little things in life.
Amazing. Great.
Yeah.
Next question. Let's do it.
I like the little dance.
Next question is, what is the most romantic thing someone has ever done for you?
Most romantic thing somebody's ever done for me? I'd probably say I got a present of somebody once, my ex-girlfriend, and it was a picture of the alignment of the stars in the sky on the day that we met.
Oh, wow.
So I got given that on like a piece of paper. So that was quite romantic, I'd say. Yeah.
Do you consider yourself to be a romantic person?
I do try. I've not always been, but it's something that I do think is important. And I think like when you're with somebody, they do really appreciate it. So as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that it is quite an important thing to try and do. So, I mean, yeah, I like to sit around a campfire and play guitar and things like that with, like I'm meeting a girl in a few weeks' time, and me and her are going to go to the Lake District, and I'm going to like play guitar around the fire and stuff under the stars and things like that. So I guess that's kind of romantic, isn't it?
Oh, wow, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not every day that you can go to Lake District, have a guitar playing for you, like in a
Yeah,
fire.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I'm trying. I'm getting better.
So you play guitar sometimes? You a musician as well, or not? Just for like hobby?
So I've been practicing learning guitar for about a year and a half, and I've just been doing it for fun. But then I went to an open mic night about 3 weeks ago, and they basically said to me, "You're actually really good, and if you can come up with 12 songs, 45-minute session, which is about 11, 12 songs, we'll pay you to come and perform." So at the moment, I'm trying to learn a few more songs, and then once I've learned enough songs, I'm going to go back and say I can do the songs now, and then I can start getting paid.
That's amazing. And which kind of songs? What's your inspiration for your music?
What's my inspiration?
Yeah, what kind of song do you like to sing and play?
I like, to be honest, I like kind of like heartfelt music which touches your heart and touches your soul, like where it takes you back to a memory in your life, a significant memory where you felt something deep. I think those are the sorts of songs what I end up trying to learn and trying to sing. And then I wrote my own song as well, which is all about the spiritual journey on earth, and just doesn't matter how long you're on this road for and how difficult it gets at times, like keep going. You're never on your own. You're always with your spirit guides. You've always got your spirit watching over you.
Absolutely. And how music came into your life?
Music.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember like my parents like just playing music in the kitchen when I was younger, and just listening to all the old classics like Savage Garden and Robbie Williams and stuff back in the day. So at a very young age, music in the car with my parents and stuff like that. And I had a cassette. Remember the cassettes that you used to get?
Of course.
I had one of them, but it was Robbie Williams' first album. I used to listen to Angels on repeat. So yeah, since I was a kid, I've always loved music.
Wow, amazing. Next question, Matt. Let's do it. Okay, before the next question, you mentioned about the best part of your journey in the military, yeah? That the resilience was a big thing. But the opposite, what did you find most difficult or more challenging about your journey over there?
Most difficult, most challenging. Yeah, I'd say packing a bag and going overseas for months on end and being away from anyone that you've ever sort of been close to and just being sent somewhere. Yes, I'd say that packing a bag and going somewhere for months on end, knowing that you're not going to see anybody from your close friends or family for months. Yeah, I'd say that's probably it.
Amazing. Okay. Next question is, what makes you most uncomfortable about yourself?
I'd say it's facing certain emotions. Like I was having a conversation with my friend about this the other day, and it's like most uncomfortable. There's lots of things I will do. I'll happily put myself in dangerous situations to protect people I care about. Physical danger doesn't scare me, but when it comes to expressing vulnerable emotions and telling somebody that I feel a certain way, that for me is more uncomfortable than anything else. So it's something I'm trying to learn to get better at.
Wow, I totally agree. I think we've been raised in a society where we cannot cry, we cannot show emotions, we cannot
Yeah.
express feelings. But I believe now people like you, like, people on social media, like expressing and open people's minds. I think it's a way for us to be more vulnerable. I think it's powerful when you're vulnerable, when you can cry, you can say that, you're not feeling well and something's wrong. I think that's very powerful when we are able to do that. Once I read that asking for help, it's a big sign of being strong,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I think we should be more vulnerable. I know it's not easy. We're hard men, to keep everything in, but I
Yeah.
think nowadays people, they are more understanding about it. I realize that men, we are more open, about it, and I think that's what somehow people, they are helping other people to open up more about it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and when people see other people doing it, they see, oh, so that person's doing it, and nothing's happening. Like no one's judging them. Nothing bad's happening. They've just opened up, and everything's and in fact, in most cases, you respect that person even more for being honest and open. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Great. 3 questions left. Let's do it. Back to your TikTok page. The name of your page is The Souls That Wander. Yeah?
yeah, yeah.
Tell me why. Why is that? Why the name of your page?
I believe that we're souls on a journey, and as a soul, you wander to different places, different worlds, different learning experiences, and we have all chosen to be on Earth for a certain learning experience, which is very unique to Earth. It's one of the more difficult places to come in the universe, yet we chose to be here anywhere. You, me, everybody around us have all chosen to be here in this lifetime right now. So for me, I feel like we're all souls that are on a journey. We're souls that wander. We wander to the deepest depths of the universe in search of the most expansive growth that we can find out there. So that's what my name's about, yeah.
Do you believe in destiny?
Yeah, I do. I do believe in destiny, yeah.
Tell me why and how.
I believe there's certain things that you want to experience in your human life, certain things you want to come up against, certain challenges. You've got to meet certain people. You've got to meet those people for certain reasons. Some people are only supposed to be in your life for a certain amount of time to teach you something or to show you how to let go of something. And I believe to a large extent, we have things written in our path that are not in our conscious awareness, and they're there for the highest growth of our soul. And I believe, that is what my version of destiny is. Yeah.
Amazing. Talk about destiny. I'll tell you something now. After you put the lights on, which is amazing, you're very clear. The sky behind is very blue. It's amazing. You couldn't pick a better spot for the interview.
Oh, smashing! Oh, brilliant! Yeah, good.
Right. Next question is, what's the biggest prize you ever won?
Biggest prize?
Yeah. Could be emotional. Doesn't need to be material. Could be anything.
Yeah. No, the first thing that came to me straight away was me. I was climbing a mountain last weekend, and I was with my brother, I was with my nephew and my nephew's friend, and my nephew come up to me and he said, "Oh, Uncle Matty, do you mind if we have a conversation?" He said, "I've been watching your page and I've been learning about a spiritual awakening, and I feel like I'm experiencing something similar. Can we have a conversation about it?" And then me and my nephew, for the next 30 minutes, were walking up a mountain, which I'd taken him to this mountain. I wanted him to experience mountaineering, and he loved the mountaineering. And then he's seen my page, and then he's asking me something about it. And in that moment, I just felt like it was a very like nice moment for me, because I'm able to help a younger generation of my family through my own experiences, through something that he's asking me in an amazing environment that I've helped to create and to build for everybody there. And looking back on that, little moments like that for me are the biggest prizes that we have in this life. Moments in time, special moments where you get to connect with the people that are closest to you. To me, are gonna always outweigh anything material in this world by far.
Your connection with nature always been that strong, or no, it just was building through your life?
No, it's not always been that strong. Like, at the beginning when I said I didn't appreciate things before I left, and then when I came back, I did. Before I left, I live 1 hour away from the Lake District, which is the most beautiful place in the whole of England. It's absolutely outstanding. And I'd only ever been there about 3 or 4 times from being born to the age of 23. Now that I've been back here 4 months, and I've been about 20 times. It's incredible. And something's changed in me since being away, which has brought back alive that passion for nature. So yeah, the answer is no, it's not always been that way. It's something that's started coming on stronger and stronger over the past 4 or 5 years.
Wow. Yes, and actually, I've been in England like over 20 years, and almost 20 years, and I've never been to Lake District, and I know how beautiful it is. People talk about it. My God, you're 1 hour away from there.
Yeah, 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour. So lucky.
Amazing. Wow. 2 questions left. Let's do it.
Awesome.
Before the next question, tell me a moment, through those 10 years you're away in the military, yeah? Tell me a moment or a situation that you're never going to forget, always going to have a special place in your heart for any reason.
A special place in my heart. I would say probably like just being away with people, and which is obviously the hard part, but when certain things happen and you realize that you're with people who you've not known for very long, and you might not be close friends, you might not be close family, but you recognize like when certain things happen, like these strangers are there and they've got your back, and they would fucking fight to defend you if you needed that, and that's probably quite a nice thing to recognize, especially people who you don't really know, and just being in situations and thinking, I don't know these people, but I don't feel vulnerable because I feel like they've got my back if something happens.
I see. All right.
Yeah.
Next question is, where are you planning to go for your next holidays?
India.
Wow.
Yeah, India at the end of the year. I'm planning to go to Goa for about 2 months.
Mm-hmm. And why India?
I think I've been to a lot of places in Europe, and I love European culture. And you can go all over Europe, and it's similar but different. I think if you go to India, it's more different than anything I've ever experienced in Europe, and it's like the birthplace of a lot of spirituality as well. It's a very spiritual place, and I think it's a place where I can really sort of connect with that side of myself on an even deeper level than I already have. And it's beautiful, really nice sunsets. It's not too expensive, and there's a very mixed culture in Goa and in Arambol specifically. You get people from all over the world. You get people from Eastern Europe. You get people from Western Europe. You get people from over in America going there and stuff. So it's a place where there's a real mix of cultures, including the Indian people as well, of course. So it's somewhere where it's very diverse, and somewhere where you can kind of just learn more about the world, I suppose.
Talking to you, you come across a very calm person, very calm and relaxed. That's you always been this way, or just because you start your journey in the spiritual journey, that's why you became calm like that, or you always been this way?
No, I've not always been this way. It's taken a lot of lot of violence and a lot of aggression in my life to be able to bring me to this state of being calm. I used to get in a lot of fights and stuff when I was younger, like big street fights with people. Like I've had people pull out knives on me, different types of weapons. Came close, a few close shaves. I've been hit with bottles and all kind of weapons. And being in those types of situations, being around that kind of violence, it just shows you the extreme end of the scale. And now from being over that side, I'm over here on the other side, because it's like, well, I've seen that. I don't really want to involve myself in that. I've done all kind of sports as well, like boxing and martial arts and that kind of thing while I've been in the military. And I think that sort of stuff just calms you down as a person. It just calms you down when you know, when you can do that stuff and you've seen it and you've been around it. It makes you not interested in doing it in your own time. Do you know what I mean? It's just, yeah. So I guess that's why. Yeah.
Amazing. Last question. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Last question. But before the last question, people, when they go to check your page on TikTok, when they gonna watch your videos on TikTok, what would you like them to take with them? What would you like people, when they watch your videos, what's the message behind that, your intention that people to take to their personal life or to their day-to-day basis? What's the message behind?
I remember when I was going through a spiritual awakening in 2019, and like one thing that I got a lot of help out of was like other people that had put information out there and put work out there. So I just want to like do that for people as well. I want to give people the same thing that I received, which was a lot of help from videos and information online. So that's kind of why I'm doing it, for that reason, to help people in the same way that I was helped myself when I was going through the same experience.
Amazing. Okay, last question for you is, who has been the most influential person in your life and why?
I would say it's probably my mother, because show you what it's like to unconditionally love people. So I'd say that's what it is. Yeah, because they show you, it doesn't matter what people do and what happens, what mistakes they make, that you can still show unconditional love.
Amazing. Okay. It's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay?
Yeah.
Let's start with money.
Freedom.
Fear.
Love.
Family.
Laughter.
Life.
Truth.
Love.
Happiness.
Religion.
Spirituality.
Sex.
Connection.
Connection, okay? One word for politics.
Lies.
Friendship.
Everlasting.
Desire.
Greed.
Regret.
Pointless.
Success.
Consistency.
Wish.
Intention.
Happiness.
Joy.
One word for spirituality.
One word for spirituality.
Yeah.
Peace.
One word for England.
Nature.
And the last one now, if you could define your videos on TikTok in one word, what that would be?
Helpful.
Amazing. Are you petting a dog right now?
No, I'm just trying to stop them from knocking the camera.
I can see you. Are they big? I'd love to see them, but it's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult to get them on the camera.
One of them's massive. Yeah. Winston, come here. Come here. Come on. Oh, he's just sat down. He's just sat down. He's sat in the hallway.
Sweet. Sweet. Okay, so let's pretend now I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friend, define Matt in one positive word and one negative word only. What your best friend would say?
The positive word would probably be something like enthusiastic.
Okay.
And the negative word would probably be something like can be a bit full on. A bit too much sometimes.
What's your star sign astrology?
Virgo.
Interesting. Okay. Let's play now, Matt, and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. Okay, Matt, you can ask me a question now.
Yeah. Okay. So you said to me, think of a question to ask you. So I gave it some thought, and my question is, if you could go back to any point throughout history, any time that you want, and make one change, what would the change be and why?
Wow, what a great question. Put in the spot right now. I was expecting that. Okay, back in history, something that will change. Wow. I'm thinking about Brazil now, where I come from, talk about history. Okay, I'm thinking about Brazil right now, and the first thing that comes to my mind is, I think Brazil, it's such a big country, yeah, and big countries, of course, the politicians, it's difficult to run the country because there's so many people, so many places. If I would, I've been living in England most of my life. When I compare both countries, of course, England is such a small country compared with back in Brazil. But if I could change something about history back in Brazil, the mindset of people running the country, the mindset that people, the way they help other people as well when they get into politics, I think Brazil would be in such a big different place right now. I think, you know what I mean, there's so many corruption there. It's so sad to see, because such a beautiful country full of, we are so rich, you know what I mean, you have so much to for our country as well, but sadly, we've been run for different politicians that they think about themselves, and I think it's a cultural thing back in Brazil, because if you don't do it, if you want to be a good person, you cannot go, with the flow, because you need to somehow enter the way they are, because you cannot go against the wave, you know what I mean, because it's not going to get anywhere. So I think it's a mindset, it's a cultural thing that growing up back in Brazil, when I look back now, I realize that. So if I could change anything, you know what I mean, that would change our mindset, the way we approach regarding politics, I think Brazil would be in such a bigger place right now. That's for sure. So I would change that for sure. The mindset of people who are in the power, the people, the constitution, the way it's being, it's being, like, let's say, not followed, the way it's being, how can I put the words? The way it's being, it's being on now. You know what I mean? There's a way, there's a cultural way of doing it that you cannot go against it. You need to go all the way there, because you're not gonna get anywhere. So I would change the mindset of people for sure if I could go back.
Ah, brilliant. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Is that one of the reasons why you left Brazil?
No, actually, good question. I when I was 19, when I was a teenager, before that, I started studying English. And I fell in love with the language. And I always wanted to live in a country where I could speak English every single day. Guess what? I live a dream, because I live in a country where I can speak English every day. And also because I always wanted, you talk about being very adventurous. I always had this mindset of help my family. I always had this way of thinking. And so yeah, I literally live a dream. I live in a country where I can speak English every day. So that was the main reason. And I was telling you before, when I growing up back in Brazil, that's why living abroad, you see different of mentality. You know what I mean? Back in Brazil, for me, it was a normal thing about the way the country is being running. You know what I mean, regarding politics. But since I've been living abroad, I lived in Portugal before, I live in England now, so I have a different concept about it. And it's just a cultural thing back in Brazil. But I left Brazil, I've been away most of my life than I've been in Brazil. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Amazing. Have you been Brazil? Have been South America before?
No.
Oh?
No, never. Yeah, I'm going to be sorry. It's on my list of places to go, definitely.
Amazing. Matt, did you enjoy the interview?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was good. didn't have any like idea of what to expect, so just left it completely open. And then it's like quite nice. I like the questions, the way you asked them. Yeah, it was good. It was good to chat.
Thanks again. Thanks for taking the time for the interview, and also thank you for for your page. I think it's very inspiring to see the videos you are sharing there. You are helping people. You are open people's minds, and I think that's amazing because you are sharing your experience at the same time helping people as well. So it's great. It's great to see your videos on TikTok. Just give this nice vibe, this positive vibe when you watch it. Amazing. Keep going. But
Thank you.
before you go, you can share if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
To live by.
Yeah, a message or a positive quote.
I'd say like in life, like things happen and people like label stuff as good or bad or positive or negative, and no two people see the same tree, no two people see the same situation in the same way. So just be careful of what meaning you give things, because there can be great power in it, but there can also be great detriment in it as well. Things have the meaning that you give them, so give things a positive meaning and it'll have a positive outcome for you.
Amazing. Very good.
Yeah.
Have a good night. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks so much for the interview. It was a pleasure, okay?
Nice one. You too. See you later. Thanks.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Well, see you in a bit. Bye-bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.